From the strange trenches being dug in Algeria to a human-like creature standing in the gallery of a house in France, there are many such remote locations in our world where something or the other is definitely happening, which is quite difficult to explain. The very first thing on our list is present in Antarctica. These are the icy mountains of Antarctica which you are seeing through satellite view right now, but hidden between these mountains is such a terrifying face about which some people believe that it is the face of Antarctica's harsh conditions, while some say that the one-eyed Dajjal is hidden here. This natural formation has naturally taken the shape of a giant human being, and whatever was left was completed by the shadows, one eye closed, nose, lips and forehead, i.e. forehead, everything is made exactly as if it was really made intentionally by someone, but this natural formation has not been formed recently. On Earth, this face can also be clearly seen in the historical satellite images of 2009. If we talk about its size, then this face is about 1 kilometer long from top to bottom and 500 meters wide. It is at such a remote location in Antarctica that no human has ever set foot here till date. Our next location is an island located in Bahamas, which is called Bull Block Harbor. This place is famous for its clean beaches, but hidden beneath the waves of these water are some such plane wrecks, which have their own stories. People come here to dive and see these plane wrecks. This plane spotted on Earth crashed here on July 10, 1997. This ship named Sena 402C fell into the water even before reaching the runway. At the time it crashed, it had a pilot and 7 passengers on board, but fortunately everyone's life was saved. Just 2 kilometers away from the runway, the pilot reported brake failure. In this condition, if he had tried to land on the runway, perhaps no one's life would have been saved. Since 1997, this ship was submerged underwater, but after 2019, when the water here receded, it became visible in the satellite view. Now let's take you to the city of Nancy in France where, music, Google 3 has done it. In the satellite view, it is just showing a double-story house, behind which there is also a small swimming pool, but if the street view here is seen, then something has been captured here due to which some terrifying ideas started giving birth, as some people believe it to be a supernatural entity. Many people gave their opinion that it is just a statue. No such statue has been made in any culture of the world till date. In the center of Kazakhstan, near the city of Lysychovka, a very large pentagram has been seen on the bank of this lake. By the way, the pentagram symbol has a very big history, which is used in various cultures and religions, but conspiracy theories are going on social media that it was used during the worship of the devil. But we should not forget that before 1991, Kazakhstan used to be a part of the Soviet Union, and we can also see a star in the flag of the Soviet Union. If this image is tracked in the archives of Google Earth, then its marks are also visible in 1985. It is possible that it was really made during the Soviet Union era. Archaeologists also have the same thing to say, that perhaps there was an intention to build a lake view park here in some era, in which the star symbol represents the Soviet Union, but today this place is completely barren. The terrifying desert of Sudan is famous for its harsh but beautiful nature, but a strange thing seen on Google Earth has surprised people. A formation that gives the impression of a very large human lip when viewed from a distance. This lip-like structure is so big that it is difficult to even estimate it from the ground. Actually, this is just a game of geology, which deceives our eyes. This 250 feet high mountain looks like lips in the satellite view due to rock formation and different colors of sand. Now let's go to Sydney, the capital of Australia, where a floating forest is seen in the Parramatta River, but in reality, if it is carefully seen, it is a ship on which mangroves have naturally grown. After doing a little internet search, its reality came to light. The name of this ship is SS Airfield, which was built in 1911. It was a cargo ship which mostly used to run on the Australian coast. After being in service for 61 years, when its days were over in 1972, it was sent to the scrapyard of Homebush Bay, but they never scrapped it. With time, a small forest of mangroves emerged inside the ship, which started creating a beautiful contrast. Today this place has become a famous spot for photographers and tourists. On a remote location in Finland, a field has been created by cutting down the forest right next to the road, but in the satellite view, small white dots are visible on this field. Perhaps it does not look very interesting from above, but if we look at the street view here, these white dots actually look something like this. Many people are visible on this field, but in reality they are scarecrows. By the way, scarecrows are installed for this reason so that birds do not come and sit on the crops, But here their purpose is even more interesting than this. They have been given the name of the Silent People. These were made by an artist named Riho Kila in 1994, and they are dressed in original designer's clothes. Clothes are changed every week and cleaning is also done. It has become a famous spot for those passing by the road, and they can come to the restaurant here and have lunch in front of this unique view. Today in Syria, an ancient city named Apamea used to be inhabited, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This view of the satellite was captured in 2011, where you can see some old ruins. The Civil War was going on, and during this time, people started looting this archaeological site. People got treasures from here, which had very high value in the international market. Exactly 1 year later, when the satellite image of this place was published in 2012, it started looking something like this. Not thousands but millions of holes can be seen on the entire site. People dug here with the help of excavators and looted all the treasure. On the coast of North Russia in the Barents Sea, the satellite has captured a strange thing. 16 round-looking structures on the surface of the sea are connected to a boat with a wire or rope. Some people on social media called it Russia's secret weapon, while some named it a missile launch pad, but if we go to the historical images, their location keeps changing every year. That is, whatever it is floating on the water. Finally, after asking ChatGPT, it was found that this is nothing but fish farming, where fish are grown in a controlled environment. Similarly, these strange lines in the sea on the coast of New Zealand are actually a setup for marine farming, where mussels, i.e. sea mussels, are grown. These farming lines are hanging in the water and mussels grow on them, which absorb natural nutrients for their growth. This part of New Zealand is particularly famous for mussel farming. Mussels are high-protein seafood and are also exported. To see the most strange thing on our list, we have to go to Algeria, in the middle of the Sea of Sahara, where there is neither any settlement nor any city far and wide. Some square lines are made on the ground, seeing which it does not seem at all that these are natural formations. Each square is exactly 250 meters big, and these can be seen on millions of acres of land. But the surprising thing is not only in these squares, but if you zoom in a little more, then some strange structures have also been made here by digging the sand. The marks of the wheels show that this work was done with the help of excavators. If lines are drawn along with these uniquely visible excavations, then it makes a very big circle. What is the real truth of these squares and these strangely visible structures? Even if it is assumed that this is some process of extracting oil, then why is this process not ending? Because these excavations are visible, albeit blurry, in the 1985 satellite image as well. However, if we talk about these square lines, then these were made in 2020. If you can guess something about it, then definitely tell in the comments section.